Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
One of the things that we fall in love with sports and the NFL and, the 49ers is you get these crazy stories where you have these players rise up through the ranks and it's just, there's no chance of success. And you go to the UFL, you're like literally in the minors. But sometimes players get this second chance and are able to seize that. And that's what we've got with number 70 on our 49ers roster countdown. Defensive end, Jonathan Garvin. He's a stud. He was drafted in the 7th round. Actually, he was drafted in the 7th round of the 2020 NFL draft, the exact same round as Juwan Jennings. And even Juwan Jennings, you look at a 7th round pick, you're like, not much of a chance. We'll see. It's just a flyer. Well, Juwan Jennings got cut. Didn't even play, got released and brought back because he had such an injury, and now he's about to be getting a huge payday. Well, Jonathan Garvin was drafted that same 7th round and actually had more success. Was drafted by the Green Bay Packers and was with them for 3 years and had a lot of playing time, got one game start, but played 38 games for the Packers. Well, then he gets waived. No NFL team picks him up. He goes down and plays in the UFL, which... that's not really where you want to go with the Birmingham Stallions, they got some pretty cool uniforms, not going to lie. And the 49ers bring him on last year, and they liked him enough to bring him back again this year. Now, Jonathan Garvin was not on our roster countdown last season because he was signed after our countdown finished, right before, I don't think I have the exact date, but yeah, he was brought on after we finished our countdown. So even though he was with the team for preseason, we finished our countdown already, and so that's where he is. So let's get to know him. It's our first time getting to talk about him, and shout out to, Josh, Ben, and Zach, executive producer of this entire series. Our rankings on our 5 separate 1 through 91 rankings on the roster countdown, 67, 72, 78, 78. That brought him in at number 70 overall. Wears jersey number 96, and he's a big dude, 6'4", 257. You put him next to a guy like Nick Bosa, and it's like, okay, birds of a feather. He's built right. 34-inch arms. His nickname is Spider because of this length that he has played with since he was, a kid. So that is impressive. He's only 25 years old. His birthday is next month, July 28th, so he's about to be 26. Ran a 4.8 40, which is top 74 percentile of defensive linemen. 1.67 10-yard split, good. 36-inch vertical, that's 89th percentile of defensive ends. And a broad jump of 10.5. He's got lower body explosiveness. That's top 95%. 23 bench press reps. Now, you plug in all of Jonathan Garvin's measurables into mockdraftable.com. Listen to these, he's built right. Bradley Chubb, 91% match. Greg Hardy, 89% match. And a fellow 49er, Etir Gross-Matos, 86th percentile match whenever you put in height, weight, speed, 40, 10-yard burst, and all those things. So he's built the right way. He just hasn't put it together. It's the consistency that matters. He's entering into his 4th season in the NFL, and that doesn't even count the one full season he played in the UFL, which led the team, Birmingham Stallions, to a championship, mind you, and was a key starter. I think he had 3.5 sacks on that season, about 20 tackles. Key starter for them. Grew up in South Florida, Lake Worth High School in Lake Worth Beach, Florida, and then chose to stay local with the Miami Hurricanes and was a 4-star recruit coming out of high school. And 18 sacks as a senior in high school is incredible, setting the school record. 59 tackle for loss as well. Just somebody that was elite dominant with elite size, length, all those things. Goes to Miami, had a good career, not incredible. 106 tackles in 3 seasons, 12.5 sacks in 3 seasons, 4 forced fumbles, second team All-ACC, and, gets drafted in the 7th round, late 7th round, not even early 7th, and just hasn't found his footing yet. Now, he was on the 49ers for the preseason last year and got a lot of playing time. And probably one of the weirdest things to me with Jonathan Garvin is you had so many injuries on the defensive end, especially down. They never called him up and activated him. And it was just like, that's kind of weird to me. Like, are they stashing him with the hopes, hey, we don't want to show off too much of what he has? But in the preseason, he played well. He had 77 defensive snaps, played all 3 preseason games. Listen to these PFF grades. And again, this is preseason. 80.6 overall defensive grade, an 81.2 run defense grade, and a 66.3 pass rush grade over those 77 snaps. 3 pressures, 1 quarterback hit, 2 hurries, 6 tackles, 5 solo run stops. The Niners have a type. They want these defensive linemen that can stop the run. He's got an 81 run grade given through 3 preseason games. That's what he brings. Now, take a step back and let's look at regular season. This guy played 38 games for the Green Bay Packers from 2020 when he was drafted to 2022. 32 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1.5 sacks, 7 quarterback hits. That's in real games that matter. So you're talking about a guy that has kind of done it as a rotational piece. Special teams, very, very good at. He's got 257 career special team snaps, which is solid. But whenever you look at the 49ers roster at the defensive end, it's not deep. There's not a lot of bodies, but I think it's pretty clear to see who's in and who's out. Your starters, Nick Bosa, Mikael Williams, with Bryce Huff rotating in on pass rush downs, right? Those are those guys. Your Bravo group or your backup B offensive line, Yetur Gross-Matos and Sam Okwano. Like, those are locks. Those aren't going to change. Then your backups, Robert Beal Jr., who has proven to be a great special teamer and amazing versus the run. Then you've got Jonathan Garvin and Teron Jackson, who we already covered on this roster countdown series. There's not a lot of room. The 49ers have kept 5 or 6 defensive ends. Well, you just count them down. There's not room. Bosa, Mikael Williams, Bryce Huff, Yetur Gross-Matos, Sam O, Robert Beal. If you're doing 6, that's your 6. Jonathan Garvin, Teron Jackson, outside of, I think it would take 2 injuries. Not 1, but 2 injuries for Garvin or Jackson to win a spot on the 53. So, like, let's just say Sam O got injured, God forbid, or Robert Beal or Yetur Gross-Matos. I think the 49ers would sandbag a position and just keep 5 and then call somebody up, which would be a Jonathan Garvin or Teron Jackson. So, not a lot of bodies. Not for a defensive end room, but it's a clearly defined top 5, top 6 with 2 backups fighting for the practice squad. And I don't think the 49ers are overly concerned about missing out on Garvin if he doesn't make the 53, because then you'd bring over Teron Jackson or vice versa. So who's going to win that primary backup role to be on the practice squad this year? That's a battle to fight. Yeah, can Garvin gain on Robert Beal Jr. or Sam O? That's what you got to see. He's built better, maybe not better than those 2 guys. Those are some physical specimens, but he has the prototypical build of a defensive end and a Robert Saleh, whatever you want to call this, wide 9 scheme. He has that. Can he be consistent and cause enough disruption to earn a spot? I don't think that's really in the cards with what's ahead of him, but get on the practice squad. Injuries happen, we know. Maybe get elevated that time, but again, he wasn't elevated last time. Why would the 49ers bring him back if they didn't elevate him? There's something they like there. Maybe he catches on and is one of Brant Boyer's favorite special teams guys. That's probably the path, right? So we'll have to see what it is. I don't see him making the 53. That's why he comes in number 70 on our roster countdown series this year. But man, UFL to the 49ers, sits for a year, learns everything, then gets some playing time. I'm excited about it. And Jonathan Garvin's just another one of those guys that's just like, cross your fingers. Maybe and hopefully he can contribute at some level this year. That's going to do it for us on this episode. And for me and the 49ers Rush team, we're going to keep counting them down.